शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। Namaste. Now we will see the meanings of Shri Vishnu Sahasranama based on Shri Shaankara Bhaashya for verse 98. First we will see the verse. Akrūraḥ peśalo dakṣo dakṣiṇaḥ kṣamiṇāṃ varaḥ vidvattamo vītabhayaḥ puṇyaśravaṇakīrtanaḥ. The namas herein are akrūraḥ, peśalaḥ, dakṣaḥ, dakṣiṇaḥ, kṣamiṇāṃ varaḥ, vidvattamaḥ, vītabhayaḥ, puṇyaśravaṇakīrtanaḥ. There are 8 namas herein. We will see the meanings of each of these one by one. The first nama is akrūraḥ. Krauryam nama manodharmah prakopajah antaraha santapah sabhiniveshah avapta samasta kamatvat kamabhavadeva kopabhavah tasmat krauryam asya nastiti akrūraḥ. Cruelty is an attribute of the mind born out of vitiation. It is in the form of inner burning, accompanied by fear of life insecurity. Being ever content, as the Lord is free from desire, he is bereft of anger also. Hence, he is free from cruelty. So the nama here is akrūraḥ, na krūraḥ, na asya asti, krauryam, ataha akrūraḥ. So the one who is free from kraurya, krūrata, cruelty. So Acharya describes what is krūrata. Krūrata is a manodharma, is an attribute of the mind, prakopajah. It is born out of vitiation, some kind of disturbance. What is the nature of the disturbance? Antaraha santapah. It is an internal burning, inability to tolerate something. So that causes the internal burning, and it is also fanned by abhinivesha, insecurity. So will I be able to attain that? Will I be not? So such kind of insecurity, will I be denied that? So such kind of insecurity and then intolerance, all this gives rise to krūrata, krauryam, and at the root of all this is kama, so desire. So intense desire to attain certain things. If someone comes in between me and my desire, then insecurity, and that fans the fire of internal burning, and that is a vitiation from our normal state, and that causes the mind attain kraurya or cruelty. This is the description that we see in the Bhashya. And when we see in the case of Bhagavan Narayana, he is avapta samasta kama. He is the one who is ever content. There is nothing to be attained by him. He does not have any more desire to attain anything. So he is the embodiment of contentment. So there is no kama in him, kama abhava. There is no desire in him. We have previously also seen araudraha in the context of the nama araudraha. We see that the terrible things are done or cruelty comes because at the root of it lies particular desire. So when there is no kama, then there is no kopa, there is no vitiation, there is no internal burning, and there is also no insecurity. So Bhagavan, as he is bereft of any desire, avapta samasta kama, so he is akrūraḥ. So these are the qualities that we see in Bhagavan Narayana as described in the Vishnu Sahasranama, and as we keep chanting, listening to the meaning of it, it is intended by the Shastrakaras that we also gradually imbibe these qualities. The next nama is peśalaḥ. Karmana, manasa, vacha, vapusha cha shobhanatvat peśalaḥ. The one who is beautiful by his actions, by his mind, by his speech, and the physical form. So the nama is peśalaḥ. Peśala means shobhana, the one who is beautiful. So how do we see the expression or manifestation of beauty in Bhagavan? By his actions, by the way he thinks, and the words that he utters, and the very form of Bhagavan. Karmana, in various avatars, his actions are adorable and beautiful. The Bala Leelas of Krishna, and also all the beautiful work that he did to establish dharma, and then his thoughts and speech in the form of Bhagavad Gita, all the Upadeshas that he gave are so beautiful, ever relevant, ever applicable, ever meditation worthy, and ever emulate worthy. So ever to be emulated or followed. And then the very form of Bhagavan Krishna, his Makara Kundala, his Vaijayanti Mala, his beautiful ayudhas that he possesses, all the adornments that he has, and his very Neela Megha Shyama Varna, all that is beautiful and meditation worthy. Hence, he is special, beautiful in all respects. The next nama is dakṣaḥ. Pravruddhaḥ, Shaktaḥ, Shighrakari cha dakṣaḥ. Trayam chaitat parasmin yatamiti dakṣaḥ. The one who is imposing, potent, and swift in actions is dakṣa, the ultimate one in whom these three are constant. So the word daksha, daksha normally, even in the normal sense, means a person who is pravruddha, means a person who is very imposing, and then shakta, very capable and potent, full of energy and power, and then shighrakari, the one who is swift in his actions. So he is daksha, a very very efficient person who is imposing, who is powerful, and who is efficient. He is dakṣaḥ. And in human beings, sometimes this dakshata may wax and wane. The concomitance or the presence of these three qualities in any person among the human beings, it may be there for some time. All the three can stay for some time, or all the three may appear at various points of time in human beings, but Trayam Chaitat, all these three, Parasmin Yatam, are always present in the Para Narayana, Bhagavan Narayana, and hence he is always imposing, always powerful, and always swift in his actions. Hence Bhagavan Narayana is dakṣaḥ. The next nama is dakṣiṇaḥ. There are a couple of interpretations. We will see them one by one. Dakṣiṇa shabdasyapi daksha eva arthaḥ. Punarukti dosho nasti shabda bhedat. The word dakṣiṇa also means the same as daksha. There is no error of repetition as there is a difference in the word forms. So the first interpretation of the word dakṣina is same as that of daksha which was given just now. Pravruddhaha, shaktaha, shigrakari, niyatataya means ever imposing, ever capable and powerful, and ever swift in actions. So that is the same meaning for this word also, dakṣiṇaḥ. Then one may ask, why is there a repetition of meaning? To this, Acharya says, there may be repetition in terms of meaning, but there is no repetition in terms of the word form. That is daksha and this is dakṣiṇa. So in that respect, the apparent mistake of repetition, punarukti, is avoided. But in the case of bhakti literature, punarukti is not a dosha. In the case of literature or the granthas that speak about devotion, punarukti may not be a dosha. The repeated utterance of Bhagavan Narayana's name, though it may mean the same, will keep us ever in the awareness of the higher divinity. In Shastra Granthas, in systematic or intellectual Shastric treatises, we might see that punarukti may be a dosha, but in bhakti literature, which is devoted to evoking the bhavana or the emotion of devotion, punarukti rather should be considered as a guna. But even there, Acharya Shankara says that the meaning may be repeated, but there is no repetition in the word form. That is dakṣaḥ and this is dakṣiṇaḥ. So, but unique meaning is also given to the word dakṣiṇaḥ. Acharya says, athava dakṣate gacchati hinastiti va dakṣiṇaḥ daksha gati himsanayoho iti dhatu pathat. Or the one who goes or kills is dakṣiṇa. There is a root daksha, to move and injure. So the word dakṣiṇa may be derived from the root daksha gati himsanayoho, which indicates movement and killing. Yes, the Bhagavan is always active, so he constantly is on the move for the protection of dharma and then the defeat of adharma. So he is constantly moving, and hence dakṣiṇa. Or he kills or destroys or removes enemies of dharma or those who are inimical to the stability of the universe, and he also destroys all negativities, negative impulses, negative impressions in our mind, and hence he kills, he destroys. So in that sense, the word dakṣiṇa may also mean the one who eradicates negativity, the one who eradicates evil entities. So this dakṣiṇa is the one who is constantly on the move, or the one who decimates negativity. The fifth nama is kṣamiṇāṃ varaḥ. There are a few interpretations. We will see them one by one. Kṣamāvatāṃ yogināṃ ca prithivī पृथिव्यादीनां भारधारकाणां च श्रेष्ठः इति kṣamiṇāṃ varaḥ. The one who is best among those who are endowed with patience, the yogins, and those who bear burden like earth. So, kṣamiṇāṃ varaḥ, there are two independent words that constitute this nama. So, kṣamiṇāṃ, kṣama asya asti iti kṣami. The one who is endowed with kṣama is kṣami. Kṣamiṇāṃ, among those who are endowed with this kṣama, patience, he is the best. Varaḥ. So, who are the kshamis, or normally who are the ones whom we see as being endowed with great patience or forbearance? Yogins. Kṣamavatam yoginam cha prithivyaadinam. So, the yogins who are endowed with patience, and also entities like the earth, they bear great burden. Bharadharakanam, earth and such other, the earth, Adishesha, Diggajas, they are indicated by the term Prithivyaadinam. They are Bharadharakas. They are the ones upon whom great burden has been imposed or given, or they have the responsibility to bear the burden, but still they are highly patient. The yogins, by their practice of yoga, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, etc., by those they have become kshamis, or the ones who are endowed with patience. And other entities like earth, the diggajas, the ananta, all these are by nature intrinsically patient, though they have huge burden to carry. And Bhagavan, being the cause of all these, the earth, etc., and the great yogins, being the inspiration for the great yogins, and also the creator of earth, Adishesha, and also the Diggajas, he is the best among them, because we know karanagata gunaha karye sankramanti. So all the attributes that are there in the cause will get transferred into the effect also. So Prithvi, Adishesha, Diggajas, etc., they have emerged from the primordial cause, Bhagavan Narayana. So the quality of patience that is naturally there in Bhagavan, they have been transferred. So they are present even in the effect, like Prithvi, etc. And the yogins are yogins because of their devotion and dedication to Bhagavan. So again, their qualities are also derived from Bhagavan Narayana, and hence he is the best among those who are endowed with the very great virtue called kṣama, patience. So even in the Valmiki Ramayana, sage Valmiki says, Kshamaya Prithvi Samaha. Lord Rama is as patient as the earth. The second interpretation is Brahmandam Akhilam Vahan Prithiviva Bharena Narditaha iti Prithivya api varo va. Bearing the burden of the whole universe and yet not pained by the burden, like earth, or better than earth. So this is in a sense a repetition of meaning from the previous uh, interpretation, where Brahmanda Makhilam Vahan, bearing the burden of the whole universe, Bhagavan stays always patient, like the earth. So the entire responsibility of the sthiti or the sustenance of the universe is there on Bhagavan Narayana, but he patiently attends to his duty and or his activities and thereby establishes great stability in this creation. And hence he, whereas Prithvi just bears the physical burden, Bhagavan Narayana bears the burden physically also, and also the very responsibility of establishing dharma and eradicating adharma, that in the entire universe also rests upon Bhagavan Narayana. Hence he is not merely equal to Prithvi, but he is better than, or his capability of patience is more than Prithvi. So that idea is emphasized here in the second meaning. The third interpretation, kṣamiṇāṃ shaktāः ayam tu sarvashaktimatvat sakalaha kriyaha kartum kṣamata iti va kṣamiṇāṃ varaḥ. Kṣamin refers to the one who is capable. As he is endowed with all capabilities, he is able to do all actions and hence best among those who are capable. So the word kṣama means patience. The word kṣama also means capability, as just we saw in the term dakṣaḥ. So kṣama is another synonym for the same word dakṣaḥ. So, or dakṣata. So capability. The meaning capability can be equally indicated by the word dakṣata or kṣama. So the one who is endowed with kṣama is kṣami, the one who is capable. So kṣamiṇāṃ varaḥ, the best among those who are capable is Bhagavan Narayana. Sarvashaktimatvat, being omnipotent, being endowed with all powers, nigraha, anugraha shakti, Bhagavan can do all actions. Kartum, akartum, anyatha kartum cha samarthaha, to do, to undo, and to do things in a different manner. So, Sarvashaktimatvat kṣamiṇāṃ varaḥ. So, he is the embodiment of all capabilities. Hence, he is kṣamiṇāṃ varaḥ. The sixth nama is vidvattamaḥ. Nirastātishayam jnanam sarvada sarvagocharamasya netareshāmiti vidvattamaḥ. The one who is endowed with all encompassing, all surpassing knowledge always, and no one is comparable, hence he is the best among the knowers. Vidvattamaḥ. So vidvat or vidvan is the one who knows. Vidvattamaḥ, the one who is best among those who know. So what is the nature of the knowledge of Bhagavan? So his sarvagocharam means nothing is left out in his knowledge. So sarvagocharam jnanam, nirasta atishayam, and his knowledge cannot be exceeded, and then all surpassing means both in insight and depth. So his knowledge covers everything in this creation, and his insights are unsurpassable, and this knowledge that is there in him is always existent. So sarvada sarvagocharam nirastatishayam. So the knowledge, he is endowed with knowledge which covers everything, and his knowledge is unsurpassable in insight and depth, and such knowledge exists in him always. So no other vidvans or no other learned persons are endowed with knowledge in these three dimensions. So the vastness of knowledge, the depth of insights, and also being endowed with knowledge always. So because of these exemplary qualities of knowledge existing in Bhagavan, he is the best among the knowers. The seventh nama is vītabhayaḥ. Vītam vigatam bhayam samsārikam samsāralakshanam va asyeti vītabhayaḥ sarveshwaratvat nityamuktatvat. The one who is bereft of fear in worldly transactions or the world as such, as he is the Lord of all and always free. So the nama here is vītabhayaḥ. Vīta and bhaya are the two components. Vīta means vigata, means the one who is free, or the one from whom something has deserted or gone away. What is the thing that is not there, that has left Bhagavan? Bhaya, fear. So the one who is free from fear, the one in whom the fear does not exist. So the one whom the fear has left. So he is Vītabhayaḥ. What kind of bhaya normally people have? Samsārikam bhayam. Fear in worldly transactions. Should I do this? Should I not do this? If I do this, what are the perils that are there? So people are always afraid of a higher authority, and they hence are very worried in taking each and every step in their worldly movements and actions. Hence there is a samsārikam bhayam. There is fear in each and every transactions in worldly activities. Will this please the authorities, or will this displease the mighty and powerful? So all these worries, will this put my fortunes in peril? So all these fears are always raging in worldly transaction, and samsara itself is a fear, means the worldly existence itself is a fear according to our shastras, because there is birth, there is death, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. There is no constancy, there is no stability, and hence wherever there is change, there is instability, and wherever there is instability, there is fear. So any change, so there is even a usage in the language, fear to change. So there is always the fear of change, fear of movement, fear of non-constancy. In this samsarika jivana, life never remains the same. It keeps changing and springing surprises at every nook and corner, and hence everyone is wary. So even though one is very perfect in his dealings or worldly transaction, avoiding all worldly fears, the mere existence in the world is a cause of fear and hence suffering. So as the entire world is made up of the three gunas, and all the three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas, are in constant struggle with each other to attain dominancy. So sometimes the sattva tries to dominate, sometimes the rajas tries to dominate, and sometimes tamas tries to dominate, and hence there is constant change in this life, and hence there is a lot of twists and turns, and hence the samsarika jivana, samsara itself, is not constant, and hence there is a lot of fear in the mere existence in the samsara itself, and hence the samsara itself is fear. The transactions herein create fear, and the mere existence in this world is also fear. For those who are discerning, the vivekis will observe all these things. But for Bhagavan Narayana, these two kinds of fears do not exist, because Sarveshwaratvat, because he is the ultimate authority. In worldly transactions, a person is very careful because he does not want to displease a higher authority. In the case of Bhagavan, there is no samsarika bhaya because he is the ultimate authority. Sarveshwara, he is the Lord of all. There is no higher authority than him. Hence, there is no samsarika bhaya in Bhagavan. And then Nitya Muktatvacha, because he is always free, always liberated, always established in his Sachidananda Swarupa, he is untouched by the samsara jivana itself. So he does not associate himself with the body, mind, sense complex. Hence, he is established in pure consciousness. Such people who are established in their pure consciousness, we call them, or the Shastras term them as muktas, the Jivan muktas. They are free from samsara, like Ramana Maharshi, like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. They are established in the pure consciousness, and hence for them the samsara does not exist. Similarly, Bhagavan is Nitya Mukta, is always established in his pure Sachidananda Swarupa. Hence, this samsara of the three gunas, Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. So these three gunas, the guna Vaishamya, the imbalances in the gunas which characterize the samsara jivana, they also do not exist. Hence, there is no birth, there is no death, there is constancy in the Bhagavan, in his Sachidananda Swarupa. So there is no change, and there is constancy, and there is no fear in the case of Bhagavan. Hence, there is no samsara lakshana bhaya because he is Nitya Mukta. There is no samsarika bhaya because he is the Sarveshwara. Hence, with these two layers of meaning, we see Bhagavan is Vītabhayaḥ in all the senses of the term. The next nama is puṇyaśravaṇakīrtanaḥ. Punyam, punyakaram, shravanam, kirtanam chasyeti puṇyaśravaṇakīrtanaḥ. The one hearing and singing about whom bestows punya. Punya, Shravana, Kirtana, all that are the three components of this nama. Punya is punyakara, that which bestows punya, that which bestows great merit. What bestows great merit? Shravana and Kirtana. Shravana, hearing about the glories of Bhagavan Narayana in the forms of songs, in the forms of mantras, in the forms of pravachana. The Bhagavata Parayana or the Bhagavata Pravachana, hearing about the glorious deeds of the Bhagavan. So that is a Shravana, that is Punyakara, that is meritorious, that grants Punya. Or if one is capable, Kirtana, the singing of the glory of Bhagavan, the chanting of the namas of Bhagavan, and then speaking about the glory of Bhagavan. So that also is Punyakara. So hearing the names of Bhagavan, chanting the names of Bhagavan Narayana, and speaking the glory of Bhagavan Narayana, or singing the glories of Bhagavan, or chanting the mantras of Bhagavan Narayana, or speaking about the greatness of Bhagavan Narayana, both these grant great punya. It is stated in the Vishnu Sahasranama itself, ya idam shrunuyan nityam yaschapi parikirtayet nashubham prapnuyat kinchit somutreha cha manavaha iti shravanadi phalavachanat. In the self same Vishnu Sahasranama, we see the Shravana and Kirtana of the names of Bhagavan Narayana avoids all calamities. Na ashubham prapnuyat. Any impending difficulty, all that is removed here and in the higher worlds. So all auspiciousness attends such a person who is immersed in the Shravana and Kirtana of the glories of Bhagavan Narayana, and hence he is celebrated by this nama puṇyaśravaṇakīrtanaḥ. Thus, with these 8 namas in verse 98, we have thus far seen 922 namas. Om Tat Sat. Shri Krishnarpanamastu.